Back here on Busted Open, Dave LaGreca, Mark Henry. You hear the music, Mark.
Certified gold.
There you go. Jeff Jarrett now going to be a member of the WWE Hall of Fame WrestleMania weekend, along with our own Bully Ray. What's your thoughts on Jeff Jarrett? You heard the phone call from Hansy, and it was a good one. There's a lot of people. Listen, Irene, I'm sorry. You're teaching me something on a Tuesday morning.
Irene was right. I think that I look at Jeff Jarrett a lot like Terrell Owens. He had some outside stuff that kept him from, making the Hall, but the time came and he's been welcomed in.
When you look at Jeff Jarrett, and listen, it's not just to me. When I think of Jeff Jarrett, I also think of his father. There's a long lineage of pro wrestling in that family blood, and Jeff Jarrett has done a lot outside of the WWE, obviously with TNA, co-creator of TNA with everything that's happened there. Does he scream WWE Hall of Fame to you? I mean, just his career.
Yes, he drew money too. Irene said that he didn't draw money.
That's not just his perception. That's a lot of people's perception when it comes to Jeff Jarrett.
And he was a guy that you wanted to see get it. Like, he was just an antagonist. You wanted to see him get it. And I had a few matches with him that, he was a funny guy too. Like, outside of Owen Hart in the ring, Jeff was one of those that was so skilled that he could play around and still, have a ball too and still get the job done.
All right, so, whether you feel he deserves it or not, are you surprised? Because, everything that he does outside the WWE with TNA and everything else, are you surprised by the timing of Jeff Jarrett going in to the WWE?
I am. I mean, I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of, the WWE, there is no competition. But to be on the outside of the company and still get welcomed home that's a big deal. That means that even more so, he's got the right to be there.
Is there a moment that you think of more than any other when it comes to Jeff Jarrett? You know what?
I think that there's not one isolated incident that I could think of, but I watched Jeff in there with Rock. I watched him in there with Hunter. I watched him in there with Steve. D'Lo and I and Hunter, there was nobody that he didn't touch. And he was able to hold the title for a long, long time. I mean, I think he was 8 times Intercontinental Champion, maybe 9. And when you have statistics like that, you can't deny it.
All right, now he will be a member of that WWE Hall of Fame. And listen, a lot of people have issues with the WWE Hall of Fame. I love the WWE Hall of Fame. It's a debate that I've had on the air here many times. I love the nostalgia. And if you're going to fill an arena WrestleMania weekend, and they draw, 15 to 20,000 fans that come out to see this WWE Hall of Fame induction, it means something to the fans, and obviously it means something to the wrestlers as well.
I can't wait to hear his retirement speech, because Jeff did leave under bad circumstances and was able to go and do some things that were probably not in the best interest of Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And I just want to see what he says and, how that's going to come about.
So, it's funny that you mention that, because one thing that we've seen the last few years, Mark, is, wrestlers that we never thought would be welcomed back into the family or ever want to be a part of the WWE again. We've seen it. We saw Bruno Sammartino come back into the fold after all those years of issues between him and Vince McMahon. The Ultimate Warrior coming back into the family after all those years of kind of just the BS that was thrown back and forth. Even somebody like a Bob Backlund that was kind of out of the element for quite some time when it came to the WWE. We're seeing those wrestlers come back, and I think Jeff Jarrett's another one of those examples.
Well, it's the prodigal son returns home. And I think that that's a good thing, though, because it shows a level of Vince McMahon having a very comfortable feeling of who he is and not letting the naysayers and other people rule and see how he does things. And I believe that's one of the Vince's better qualities, is not holding on to stuff too long. And a lot of people do. I mean, I've had issues myself where, you know, I'm sure we all have our issues. Somebody did us wrong or said something about us. And after a while, you let it go. But, you know, this is a different circumstance. You know, you come back into this guy's house and you have an open mic to be able to say whatever you like. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what's going to be said.